So before I start talking about these interesting scenarios that are being flashed looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame, I just want you guys to quickly destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit the subscribe button and the bell. Thank you very much. Now, if we look at this descending channel pattern, after breaking the upper trend line, which we talked in my video yesterday, the price of Bitcoin started showing this impulsiveness. And now, if this descending channel pattern, this bullish continuation pattern is going to play out, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin for the medium short term to get attracted in between 27,000 to 28,000 range before deciding the trend duration. The reason why we are expecting the price to get attracted in between that line is because we know parallelly the price of Bitcoin is also forming this dead cat bounce trading pattern, where the price after a shakeout usually shows a retracement or so-called a small relief rally in between 0.5 0.618 before choosing a trend duration. I mean, even if the price is going to play this dead cat bounce pattern, this bearish continuation pattern, regardless of this bearish scenario, the price is expected to show a continuation in between 0.5 0.618 Fibonacci line, which is again around 27,000 28,000 range before deciding the trend duration. Yes guys, the price of Bitcoin, if it manages to remain above 26,000, then there is a very high probability of price getting attracted in between S2 or even this S1 line before choosing a trend duration. And yes, we are below S1, we are below S2 line. That means the line here above around 27,000 and even this S1 around 28,000 will be looked as a line of resistance. Yes guys, since the price of Bitcoin is below this key line, this is going to be a line of resistance. But if we flip this 27,000 into proper support, then even the 28,000, the S1 line, will be on the line. So that's why guys, that's why in the medium short term, the price of Bitcoin does looks like it could be getting attracted. It could be showing further impulsiveness in between this S1 S2 line, in between this 0.5 0.618 line, or even this descending channel pattern before choosing a trend duration. Yes guys, the price of Bitcoin in our case is forming a very interesting scenario. But if we look at the bigger picture, we know bigger picture still looks bearish. I mean, even though if the price in the medium short term does shows relief rally, we know this 200 weekly moving average again sitting around 27,500 is going to be acting as a line of resistance since we are below it. Yes guys, this line could be also attracting the price because this exact line previously acted as a line of support resistance. So this is where we could be getting attracted before the price of Bitcoin chooses a trend duration. So that is another reason why in the medium short term there might be some more impulsiveness, price getting attracted towards some key line before deciding the trend duration. But if we look at another reason why there might be some possibility of price getting attracted here to the upside, first between 27,000 28,000 before choosing a trend duration, is because of this CME gap. Yes guys, we have two gap in this uptrend. One is here, which is in between 27 28,000 range. That's why this is the gap where we could be getting attracted first before, right, choosing a trend duration. And we have said the direction after that could be to the downside, because around 20,000 21,000 we have another gap lying for Bitcoin, which also needs to be filled. And I've been very clear, it's not necessary the gap must get filled, but in most of the cases it has been filled. So this is another reason why around 27 28,000 we could see some relief rally, and after that the price could show another final move here to the downside to fill the gap around 20,000 21,000 before consolidating around that area before starting a new impulsive movement. And not just only this guys, even if we look at the price structure around this area here in a smaller time frame, you can see we are being flashed another interesting scenario, because the price of Bitcoin, after breaking the resistance which we had here on 26,000, has started to show impulsiveness. And now if we simply follow this horizontal channel or parallel channel, the price was facing resistance around the upper trend line, right? You can see that very clearly. Price was facing resistance around the upper trend line, and this upper trend line actually acted as a line of support when we had a retracement. And now, since the price of Bitcoin is above it, what to expect next? Because if we look at this price structure, you can see, guys, if the price is going to continue further here to the upside, because we have broken out of this parallel channel, and it also looks like a small accumulation phase. So in the medium short term, if we do see any continuation here to the upside, right, a further continuation, then we could be slowly following this rising trend line, which in our case is going to be acting as a line of support. Yes, guys, this rising trend line, this red line, will be acting as a line of support, and price is expected to show further continuation here towards 27,000, 28,000 before deciding a trend duration. But I just showed you there is another gap around 20,000, 21,000 between that range. So that's why after this impulsive movement, the price could show another continuation here to the downside. And why? Because we have another reason. This weekly candle, this rising trend line, all are indicating us the price in the past price action has turned bullish when we tested the support from this rising trend line. So in the medium short term, if the price does shows this impulsiveness around 27, 28,000 and another continuation here to the downside after that, right, to test the support around 20,000, 21,000, then we will be also testing the support from this rising trend line. And in the past price action, we have found out testing the support from this rising trend line has resulted in some very, very impulsive movement. So this could be another scenario lining up parallelly for Bitcoin. And I have also talked about this head and shoulder formation here in a weekly time frame. I mean, the price opportunity from this head and shoulder is again around 21,000, 20,000. So that's why this will be looked as our price opportunity. Not just only the head and shoulder, not just only this rising trend line, also this descending channel or falling channel, which is indicating us the price could start with a new impulsiveness when we reach the price opportunity from this rising trend line, price opportunity from this head and shoulder, and also the price opportunity from this rising wedge. Yes, guys, right now we know around 25,000 we have extremely important line of support line for Bitcoin, which we are not allowed to break, because this horizontal trend line in the past price action acted as a line of resistance and also as a line of support. This is exactly where we came. This is exactly where the price found support as well. So that's why 25,000 in the medium short term is an important line of support which you have to hold, because losing that means the price for the coming days could be heading here to the downside, and this is exactly what we want to avoid. And now, last but not the least, guys, one more time. Last time when I asked you this question, I didn't see many response on this chart, but right now I want you guys to comment very honestly. Where do you think we are at this current stage? If you look at the psychology of market cycle, are we in this anger phase, right, or are we in this disbelief? Please, I want to see your answer. I want to see what's your take on this chart, because right now the price movement after this rally where we have broken the previous high, where we are also forming higher highs, higher lows, continuation formation. In this case, are we really in this disbelief phase, or are we just in this anger phase? And after anger phase, the price is expected to show another continuation to the downside before starting a new impulsiveness. So this is what I see looking at the price action of Bitcoin in a different time frame using different scenarios. If you enjoyed my work, then please, guys, destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.